One of the many things I love about this app is I can print my pages or photo books or prints directly through the app. I have printed 12 by 12 pages, 4 by 6 photos, and 10 by 10 hardbound photo books directly through the Project Life app. And let me tell you, the quality is amazing. I can only imagine the painstaking process Becky and her team went through in selecting a photo printing company who could not only deliver top quality photos and albums, but to be able to have the tech support on the back end and integrate it with the app is just mind-blowing to me. I can't imagine what that process was like. So while I know there are other printing services out there that may be less expensive, and I have used them, I have no problem paying for my photos, pages, and albums directly through the app for a few reasons. Guys, it is so easy. When printing through the app, I don't have to think of where my pages are that I want to print. They're right here in the app. And because I've organized everything in folders, it is super easy to select them and add them to my order. I also find that it's worry-free. I don't have to worry about do I need to add a white border, or is this going to bleed off the page? I don't have to worry about that. Or there's no concerns about parts of photos being cut off. I can't even begin to tell you how many times I've read in various social media posts and groups where scrappers have issues such as, do I need to add that white border to my page? Or why did some of my photos get cut off when they were printed? You're not going to have that issue when you're printing through the app. They've gone through a painstaking process to give you the utmost quality and to making sure that your prints are going to print beautifully. And, the other reason why I print through the app is I look at my photos and my photo albums as an extension of the investment that I put into making those memories that are in those albums. If you think about it, those photos that you have taken on vacation, or the photos that you took at a birthday party or a graduation, not only did you put a lot of time and effort into planning those vacations and events, you spent a lot of money in doing so, a lot. So why choose a printing source that can deliver a subpar quality product? Go with a high quality printing source, and you're going to be really happy in the end with it, because it's really, those photos and memories are really worth that extra investment. And on this next picture here, I did take a screenshot of the frequently asked questions page in the printing part of the app. This is just showing how much the prints cost and how much photo books cost, the hardcover books and the soft cover books. So what we're going to do in this video is that I am going to walk you through the order screen. I'm going to place prints in an order. I'm also going to show you how to place an order for a photo book. We're going to create a book cover and also add text to the book spine. From your home screen, tap the Order Prints and Photo Books button at the bottom of your screen, right here. And on the next screen, you can see your account name, you can see your current print order, your current photo book order. In the middle section here, you can check out your recent orders and whether or not if they shipped or not. And then the bottom area down here, they've got printing FAQs, the privacy policy, and photo book tips. This photo book tips, if you tap on that, that will take you to one of Becky Higgins' blog posts where she shares a lot of information with you on what you can do to get your best prints possible. But up here in the printing FAQs, if you tap on here, pay very, very close attention to this last question, is how will my prints look compared with what the page looks like in the app? Go ahead and read that and, really take that one to heart. Okay, I'm going to back out of here, come back to my orders. So now let's tap on order print. So we're going to come here to current print order. And what this is doing here is asking you what pages you would like to print or what photos you'd like to print. And by default, you will notice that it is showing all completed pages, okay? But we can change that, and if you tap on where it says all completed pages, you can select which folder you want to choose your prints from. So I'm going to come here down to 2017 Volume 1, and let's just, for fun, I'm just going to put a couple of just a couple of layouts in here. I already have some in there, but this is just for demonstration purposes. Let's put in that one. And when you tap on your layout, it is going to ask you what size you want your page to be printed at. All right, I'm just going to tap on 10 by 10. Okay, and you can see that it shows up here in the bottom of your print view right here. There is a just like a little bin where it shows all of the different pages and prints that you are asking to have printed. Okay, let's do another one. I'm going to tap on, let's tap on this one, and I'm going to add a 10 by 10 to my order, just like that. Okay. And within here, you can print your 4x6 prints too, or your 4x6 collages. So if I back out of my volume 1 and come over here to all completed pages, not only does this have your completed layouts in here, but it also houses your, let me see if I can find a collage print here somewhere. Let's see. Okay, so here's one of Zoe right here. I'm going to add that 4x6 to my order. Whoop, this is a 6x8 from one of my December daily pages. You can just go through and add whatever page or print you want to add to your order. So once you're done, you want to come up here to next. And what I like about this is that this next page is that you can select how many copies of each page you want printed. So say like for this one, this is a recipe page here that I have, the 6x8 recipe page. And if I was printing a couple of recipe books for gifts for a family member, I could just, select how many copies of that page that I wanted to be printed. So once you adjust the number of copies that you wanted to have printed, you just come back up here again to next, and then you are taken to the shipping page, if there were any promo codes, and then also it's got the shipping fees. 6 to 14 day shipping is a $5 flat rate, no matter how many prints you are having printed. Now, I'm not going to fill out all of that information because my pages will be printed in a hardbound book, but I just wanted to walk you through the process of how to place a print order. Placing a photo book order is a little different and can't be part of your print order. Even though the same company is printing both the individual pages or the individual prints and the photo books as well, they just need to be placed in separate orders. So let's get my 2017 Volume 1 album ready to print. I'm going to back out of the print order until I come back to my orders page. And I'm going to tap on Create Photo Book. and then Start New Photo Book. Okay. Up here, this is where you're going to fill out some information and choose your size of book. So I'm going to tap on Book Size and Type, and please note the warning at the top of this flyout menu. It says choose a book size and type. Please note that the book size cannot be changed after the cover photo or after the pages have been added. Okay, if you decide to change your mind that you want a different size album, you're going to have to start this all over. Okay, so mine is going to be a 10 by 10 inch hardcover album. The next line here is order name. If you want, you can give your order a name. I will call mine 2017 Volume 1. And next we're going to come to pages. Now here's where we add our pages to our book. Now before I go any further, I do have a little disclaimer about the pages you will see I am adding to this order. While I am using the Project Life app to add photos and filler and journal cards to, some of the pages you will see may have filler or journal cards and embellishments added to them using other apps than Project Life. These apps will be covered in future monthly classes. So to add pages, we're going to tap the plus sign, and by default, all completed pages will appear on this screen. But because I was organized and put my pages into folders and had them labeled and sorted as I do, I am able to go into my 2017 Volume 1 folder and one by one add my pages to the book I am going to have printed. So I'm going to change to that Volume 1 folder, and I'm going to start with, let's see, this January 1 left. It gives you a close-up. This is a good time for you to, check your spelling on everything. If you're happy with it, you would just tap down here in the lower right corner, add this page. Okay, and you would keep doing this until all of your pages are added. Whoops, let's see, I didn't want that one. It goes this one instead. You would keep doing this one by one until they are all added to your order. I'm going to put in a few more here. Let's see, I think did I do 4? Let's see, where am I at? Add this page. Okay, so here, I realized that I skipped over this Winnie the Pooh layout here. I'm going to add this page, but I noticed that it's out of order. It really needs to be in front of this page number 5, and so you are able to go ahead and move it. So you can go to either move back or remove page. So I want to move it back. You can see that it moves it in front of that previous page. Now the pages that I have put into this order so far have been pages that were created with the templates. Okay, they were created with the page layout section, the blue quadrant of the app. But what happens if you try to upload a full page 12 by 12 collage? You do get a special warning, and I want to show you what happens with that. Let's add another page, but this time I'm going to come to that Volume 2 album, and I want to select this seashell page that we created. If you remember from a few videos back, this was a single photo put onto a full 12 by 12 collage page. Let's tap that, and you can see this little dialog box appears. I see you are adding an image created with our collage feature. Super fun. Is it a completed layout or a full page photo? Now in this case, it is a full page photo because I want my photo to bleed off the edge. Okay, if I was to select completed layout, the app is going to read it as though we have to have that little white border around it, and I don't want it in this case. Okay, so I would select a full page photo and place it in that album. Now if you wanted a border to go around that picture, then you would select a completed layout, and the app would adjust it, and it will have a border going around that layout when it comes back to you in print. Okay, so I'm not going to go through all 60 pages and put it in this book. That would just take too long. I just wanted to walk you through on how to put your pages into a book order. So let's say that we have completed this album, and in order for it to even go to print, you have to have at least 20 pages in there, and I know we have 7 right now, but I wanted to walk you through on creating a book cover. So if you come down here, you can see book cover, and I'm going to, let's see, it comes up in vertical format. Okay, and you can see we have a screen with a couple of guidelines on it. We have an edit mode telling you what kind of view you're looking at. Right now we have a full view. So this side here is the front cover of your album. This is the back side, and then this center here is the spine. Okay, so right now we have a full view. If I was to select front, it's just going to zoom into the front, and if I was to select spine, it's going to rotate that full page photo book cover, and you're just going to be looking at the spine right in here. Okay, between those two blue lines is the spine. So let's come back to full. We're going to look at this bottom rolling scroll bar here, and this is where you have an option to put a custom photo on the front of your album, or you can choose the faux leather colors. Okay, and when you select those faux leather colors, your layout up here is going to change to that color. But let's pretend we are going to put a photo on the front of our book. So we want to select front, and you will notice here you get 2 options, one for text and one for photo. Select the photo icon and navigate to the photo that you wish to place on your front cover. I'm going to come up here and select this photo of my husband and I in front of the Golden Gate Bridge. When you have your photo, just X out of that picker. Now you can leave the photo as is, or you can also add text to your cover by selecting the text icon. A text box will appear, and just like you would add to a journal card, you do have a couple of different color options. You won't have a whole slew of colors, they're just neutral colors. You also have your font choice, your font size, and the other tools that you can use to adjust your text as well. So I'm going to come over here to my font choice, and I want to select something that is sans serif, and we're going to stick with the white. So I will just come down here and add my text. I want to do a caps lock, SIL 2017, another cap lock, photos, and stories. I can move this text box to the area on the photo cover where I would like it to go. So I'm just going to put it up here in the center. When I'm finished with that, I'll X out of it. When you are happy with the cover, go to Spine View, and you'll notice how the screen turns, making it easy for you to type your text on the spine. Again, you can choose your font, but I'm going to stick with the one I just used on the cover, and I'm going to go ahead and type the same thing. I like to keep whatever's on the front of my cover on the spine as well. So 20, oh no, let's see, I did SIL first. Let's see. Sill, 2017, and then Photos, and Stories. When that is finished, I will tap the little X, and I'm going to come back to full view. Now, when you're happy with the way your design looks on your cover, you can tap Done in the lower right corner, and you are going to get a warning. It's just asking you if you're sure, because before you move along, you want to make sure that the cover is exactly the way you want it, the spelling, because the only way to change something is to start your cover design over again. So if you're happy with it, great. If not, just tap, oh wait, let me check. A few things you should know about having a photo printed on the cover of your album. Number one, it will only show up on the cover. There's going to be nothing on the back of your album. It will just remain that white that you see on your screen. And also, it is a little more expensive to have a photo printed on the cover than it is to print a faux leather album. And since a faux leather album is how I will be printing my photo book, I am going to change from a custom photo cover to a faux leather option. So I'm just going to select, oh wait, let me check. And I'll come down here to the rolling scroll bar, and I'm going to select the aqua option. In 2016, I printed my albums in navy blue, but I've already decided that I will alternate colors for each year. We live on the Gulf Coast of Florida, and when my albums are on a bookshelf, I want them to have kind of a beachy feel. So for my 2017 albums, I will have them printed in an aqua faux leather, and then for 2018, I'm going to come back to the navy. So I think it's going to kind of look stripy on the bookshelf. I think it'll look pretty cool. So I'm going to tap the front view, and here is where I can add my text again. I'll tap that icon. Now, adding text to a faux leather album is a little bit different than adding it to an album if you were having a photo printed on the cover. You don't have many choices. You have one type of font to use and limited colors. So I'm going to use the white and do my caps lock again. Go with Sill, 2017, Photos, and Stories. So the font you can have printed on the front of a faux leather album is just going to be a straight sans serif. I'm fine with that. It prints beautifully. I just like that nice, clean looking font. I'll X out of here and come to spine. And I'll do the same thing. Tap the type icon. Going to come up here to caps lock, Sill, 2017, Photos, and Stories. I like to keep the text on my cover and the text on the spine exactly the same. I'll X out of the type tool. And when I'm happy with this, I'll select Done and move on to the ordering process. Again, it's asking me if I'm sure, and I'm going to say, yep, I am sure. And then you are brought back to your photo book orders screen. Now you can track your order by coming back here to My Orders, and in this section here where you have recent orders, any orders that you just placed, where it says shipped here, it will say in processing or something like that. And once your order has shipped, that status will change to being shipped. A few months ago, I did a Facebook Live video on my Kelly Sill Design Facebook page where I did a walkthrough of my 2016 Project Life albums that were printed through the app. When you have a moment, take the time and have a look.